Hey guys, what's another video today? My dad, say hello, Dad.
Nearly upon us, Dan. The big season is nearly upon us. Good.
Indeed.
Hello there, everybody. What are we going to go for then, Dan, today?
Today is the championship predictions. Dad, this thing guys our opinions, so make sure you put down in the comments what you think. But Dad, I cannot wait for Bury, you know.
Oh, no, nor can I. Back to the glory days of the album with our new kit and our newfound passion. Come on, you beggars. Right, come on, boy.
All right, then. So then, Dad, first of all, we're going to start from the bottom. Starting off, I'm going to go first. I'm going to go for Rotherham, Dad. And this is just because I feel like a lot of people have said this. They're a bit like, imagine Albion going up to the Prem and back down. They're a bit of a yo-yo team between League One and Championship. And for me, they haven't really brought in that many signings to prove to me that they are going to stay up this season. In my opinion, they kind of did struggle to get out. Like, I didn't see much from the last season to prove well they're worth going up. So that's the reason why I'm putting them there. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think they've been in and around the relegation area. It's a shame, actually, because they've really fought and battled hard to get where they are. But yeah, reluctantly, I think they'll be in the bottom tier. So I don't disagree too much with that one. I also think that Wigan will go back down.
Yeah, I do agree.
It's a shame, really, because again, it's something. It's getting harder and harder to get into the Championship, and it's getting harder and harder to get out of the Championship into the Premier. So there's going to be, it's going to be the perennial strugglers, and I don't like saying that, really.
Yeah, Dad. Next one, you'll be surprised. I think I've put Blues, and I've put Blues for the main reason that I know they've got some new owners, but for me, they've gone from every season looking like, Blues could do it right this season. I haven't seen much from Blue Nose fans or anything to say that prove that they can really push on this season. So for me, that's why I feel like they're going to be in around the relegation zone again. What do you reckon?
It's controversial. I think I can understand where you're coming from. I didn't agree with Lee Bowyer going. I think that he's worked with a shoestring budget, but yeah, there's not many marquee signings, and I don't like to see another Midlands club go down, especially our neighbours Blues. Got nothing against them, but I have to agree with you, Dan.
So, Dad, next one. Who are you giving 21st place?
I think Reading. I think, unfortunately, Reading.
You're spot on there. I think the interesting season though for Reading. Do you reckon, Dad? Because I feel like isn't Paul Ince in charge? I could be wrong. I think it is, isn't it?
It is, yeah, but I think they'll probably get another contract. Then his enthusiasm will drop. I don't think they've got a lot of money to spend. I don't think it's going to be a good season for them.
Dad, say no. Who they just signed?
Go on.
Shane Long.
Exactly. I think they'll be in for a struggle season.
No, you got to pick up our longer. Okay, next one, Dad. I'm going to throw a curveball out there because I feel like we're really going to struggle. Last year, playoffs final losers. I'm going for Huddersfield, Dad. And this is for the main reason. I saw a stat earlier that I'm pretty sure it was 7 or 6 players on their what's called a final of the playoffs at Wembley aren't there anymore, Dad. I know Forest nicked Tofolo, they've nicked O'Brien, who one of their best players, their captain. And then Sar's gone to Reading, and it's really interesting actually because I feel like this season they're going to struggle. Like I think when we went up, they were down there, and then they've gone up. I think this season, especially as their manager Carlos Corberán's left, I feel like they're really going to struggle.
Yeah, well, it's all about opinions, and your opinion counts as much as any. But I'm going to disagree with you, but we'll agree to disagree. I think the next team that will struggle is going to be Hull City. Yeah, 19th, Hull City. Because I know that they've got new owners. I know that they've got it all to prove, but they don't strike me as having that much cash and enthusiasm. So yeah, unfortunately, Hull.
It's an interesting one, that is, because I think, especially with their signings this summer, it'd be really interesting how they get on because there's more like Seri from Fulham. They brought many Turkish players in now, good quality. But you know what? That's an interesting statement from me. The next one, Dad, I'm going to go for Blackpool. And for me, I've got a major reason why. And it's because their manager left the start of this year to Villa because I think it was John Eustace went to QPR, and Michael Appleton, who me and you are big fans of. has come in, and I feel like with Blackpool especially, have they really got the players to do the same again this season? They haven't brought many players in. Can Michael Appleton really, get the form back also had last season? I can't see happening, and that's why I think they're going to struggle this season, Dad.
I'm gonna unfortunately disagree with you, because I think that Michael Appleton has got a point to prove, and plus he won't have any messing about. I do understand where you're coming from, though. Isn't it ironic that all of them that we put in the bottom half have all been in the Premiership as well? Again, I'll agree to disagree, but where would they finish? I don't know. So I'm going to have to go with you, mate, to be honest with you. I think next in the pack, it's so difficult, isn't it? Because let's just say this. It's a tough season. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day. But I think, unfortunately, for Preston North End, I think they're going to be.
You know what? Yeah. I feel like if they get Robbo, though, Dad, it could change. But I feel like Ryan Lowe, I'm a big fan of. I think he did class at Plymouth. And I feel like I don't know. I think this season the game might be a bit of a mediocre one. But I could see maybe it could happen, a bit of a playoff charge. But I could be proved wrong. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, I don't like to downgrade any teams, but we might well end up with egg on our face. But I think so far so good. Yeah, I think that I'm happy with what you've done so far. Who's next, do you reckon? For
me, I've gone with Cardiff, and this is because I feel like from last season they're losing a lot of good players. I think it was Tommy Doyle, and they're losing Cody Drama from Leeds, and I feel like from there it's going to be a bit of a change. I know they brought in some really good players. I know they brought a really good players from Forest Green, I'm pretty sure. And for me, I think Steve Morrison's got a job in his hand. I feel like you never know. I think for this season, it's going to be a bit steadying the ship, get into mid-table, and the next thing after will be a push playoffs. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think they were punching above the weight last season. They really, I think, it changed your management done them a treat. But I think you're quite right. I think they're not going to get any higher than mid-table, and I think mid-table stability will be what they need. So yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that. Now we come on to the real big guns coming up. Now the teams there. Swan, I think Swansea will finish not too far away from Cardiff as well.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
How can you say that?
Well, every time we've played them, I know they beat us at their place, but there's something about Swansea. I just think that they haven't stepped up to that gear that they're capable of doing. But that's what I think. What's your opinion?
Gonna be honest with you, I completely disagree. But I understand where you're coming from. I feel like they're not strong as you know. I think they should be really coming down from the Premier League. They show some quality players. They lost Flynn down to West Ham, and I feel like with I think he was now Perot up top. He could absolutely fire the goals in this season. I think it was the manager now been there 2 years. I think it's O'Neill. He could, if he actually, I reckon with the team he's got, Nitcham, he's got some quality little players in there. Jamie Patterson, who Albion were looking after for a while. I feel like they could be up there, Dad. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, go on, you change it. I'll tell you what.
We'll keep them there, because this is what we're going to do, right, guys. At the end, make sure you put yours on the comments, what you think. At the end, I'm going to put on the screen both of our predictions for the league, and then see if you agree with that one. But this is our combined one. The next one, Dad, I've gone for Luton.
Ooh.
And this is plain and simple, because I feel like last season there was a buzz around the stadium. The idea of fair enough, they got playoffs, they did really well. They give them huge credit. But I feel like this season teams may catch on. And that's my honest opinion. They brought in some good players. Like from Barnes, they brought Cole Tomorrow, a great player, Corley Woodrow. But I feel like, again, this season, I think for me, it's around about the playoffs and mid-table. That's where they're going to be, in my opinion. What do you reckon?
Yeah, you make an interesting point there. Have they been found out? Potentially, yes. But I'll tell you something. Part of me is thinking you put them there because they give you a bit of stick over your shenanigans. However, you can't put a price on players that want to fight and run for that jersey. Yeah. And what I saw, certainly at their ground, they were a good, complete unit. But you might be right. But yeah, we'll stick with that. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Now he gets really hard. But I think that Bristol City will be there as well in next in line there. I think they've got a good setup. That's some good players. But I think that, again, to kick on, they need some marquee signings. But I don't think they'll get any higher than mid-table.
You know what, Dad? I like what you say about the setup there. I think Nigel Pearson's got some really good players, and Alex Scott, who I've seen so much of, he looks quality. If Andy Vyman, you know, the poacher in the Championship, if he's bagging again this season, they've got Bentley in goal. I honestly think this season could be a really interesting one for them. I feel like they could be up there, you know.
Well, I wouldn't want to do an Alan Hansen and say you don't get anywhere with youngsters, but they had a lot of young players to my liking. But
that's right.
Just wait and see. Let's just wait and see.
The next one, Dad, I'm going to go for Coventry. And I feel like Cov, it's been an interesting season for them, actually. I feel they brought in some good little players. If they can keep on to O'Hare and Guy Corres, that is quality business. And I think they brought in Michael Hector. They brought in some really good signings. I feel like, again, they're one of the teams that you never know, out of the blue, they could really go for the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, it's so difficult, but yeah, I can see exactly why you've said that.
You know, the weird thing is, right, Dad, I've got to say this. All these teams are mid-table. In my opinion, they've got the same ability all teams have to be in that playoff spot.
Well, that's what I say. It's such an interesting league, you know. But I can understand why you put Coventry there. But already, I'm gonna shock you.
Go for it.
I reckon next will be Burnley. I don't think Vincent Kompany's going to have the season everybody expects. I actually don't think he's that proven. I forget who his number 2 was now. He's appointed a number 2.
Craig Bellamy was it?
Craig Bellamy, yeah. I don't think they've got the finances. I think that morale's going to be rock bottom. I think whatever happened with Sean Dyche, I don't think he was treated very well, because let's just say on a shoestring budget, he done really well, but they're going to struggle for me.
You know what? You make an interesting point there. I mean, with the signings, they bought quite a few in, but if I'm honest, it's a bit like managers see nowadays. You see, like the Frank Lampard went to Derby, he brought in, excuse me. They brought in Harwood Bellis. He's brought many Man City youngsters, a bit like what Frank Lampard did at Derby, where he brought in Tamori Mason Mount from Chelsea, because the links there. He brought in Scotty Twine. I feel like you could be spot on there. It's going to be really interesting, especially as the fans and like the whole place around knows how they play a long ball forward. It's going to be really interesting to see how the football comes. Yeah,
just because you get a big name manager doesn't mean he's going to have a big impact on the players. I think that it's going to be a long, hard season for them, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the first to get the boot. You know, I don't wish that on anybody, but
I could definitely see that. I could definitely see it. The next one, I'm going to go for QPR. QPR, this is plainly because I just feel like if they sit with Mark Warburton, for me, they're up there. It's going to be interesting with John Houston in charge. I feel Chrissy Willock, for me, I don't know how they are being keep hold of him, because he's quality. Elias Chair. If they can keep players like Andre Grayfield, who can score goals any time of the year, or like if you Dieng in goal, is quality. For me, again, they could be owning around the playoffs.
Yeah, I think, again, that's a great point. I think that, tell you one thing I've noticed about QPR, at home, their crowd really are the extra man in the team. I think they've got a good bunch of workhorses, I would say. Yeah, Mark Warburton, don't disagree with you, but they'll always be there or thereabouts, that area. I can't see them punching any above that way. I'm going to give you another shocker. You ready?
Go for it.
I think Blackburn Rovers will be in the top 10.
Yeah, you know what? I can see why. I think it'd be interesting with Blackburn, won't it? I'm interested to see why. Like, I think Tony Mowbray maybe wants a new challenge or something like. There was a new job out there, but which didn't happen in the end. But I feel like this season, I'm not too sure about the managers who came in, but with the players they've got, like Bradley Dack still there, they've still got Ben Barrington Diaz, who, for me, if he's on fire like he was last season, he could really be their main man again.
Yeah, it's a shame, really, because Blackburn Rovers, again, don't forget they won the Premiership. I think that Blackburn have got to be careful. They're not too dissimilar to the Albion setup. However, I wouldn't wish the Venkies on anybody. But I think that, yeah, it's a shame. I think if they don't get a secure top 10 finish, I think they're in trouble, I do. I think that they could really slide. And if they don't kickstart off into the season, you know, they could well slip down that league, I think.
You know, I do agree with you, Dad. The next one. See, I'm different, but I think for you, you're definitely going to put them there. It's Sunderland, Dad. I feel like it's going to be really interesting for Sunderland this season. I feel like with the fans behind them, especially, if they could get really behind them, I reckon they can really push up there. They brought in a big deal for Jack Clark from Spurs. I mean, fair enough, they're giving them money out there. But what do you think? Like, what are your opinions on Alex Neil, the manager?
At one stage, he was touted for the Albion job, doesn't he? Well, again, my honest opinion, Dan, I'm gonna agree to disagree with you and leave them there. But I just think that Sunderland are one of these clubs whereby that they have enormous pressure on them. They've got a fantastic fan base at every game that they're packed out. Obviously, everybody in our league deserves to be in the league for various reasons, but I think they're going to struggle. I think that they didn't barnstorm through the league last season.
No, they didn't. No, they had some barnstorming wins, but I think it's when they sat Lee Johnson, they had the faith in Alex Neil, and in the playoffs, watch every single game of them in, they look quality. I can't lie to you, especially with Ross Drew up front, the lot and the Strogger, as they call him.
Well, you know something, that's a lot of that. You know something, Dan, it all depends on how they start. I think if they have a good start, confidence, breathe tight, the stadium will light and it'll be good. However, if they start drawing and losing, I think the crowd will get on the back. It's all about expectations. Again, no different from expectations from the Albion, but be interesting to see.
Next one.
Oof. I'm going to go Middlesbrough, Dan.
Middlesbrough, okay. What's that?
Well, first of all, we're going to spank them on the first day of the season. Second of all, I think that they've had so many different managers over the years. They just can't seem to get it right. I just think that it's a shame. They've got a good owner, a good setup there, but something's not quite right at Middlesbrough for me, Dan.
You know, I do agree with you, Dad. I feel like, hopefully, I'm a big fan of Middlesbrough. I like him as a club. And I feel like Chrissy Wilder could be the man. But some of the players have lost, like there's no Sporar, who, again, was okay last season. Tavernier looks like he might be on his way to Bournemouth. For me, if they don't have the quality players, like they keep Del Fry, and if they have Aisha Jones still there and Crook, I feel like they definitely got to be up there for me. But I just feel like that they're missing that one spark maybe up top.
Well, it's similar to us, isn't it? I do agree with that. But again, this is the beautiful thing about football. We've all got opinions, we've all got our ideas, but you know, it could be all changed. But yeah, you know who I'm going for next, Dan?
Go for it. This is our top six.
Yeah, with great regret, I think Millwall are going to be there. I've got a lot of affinity for Millwall, as you well know. But I think that last season I think they went full tilt. But unfortunately, we pinched one of their best players, if not the best player. But again, not too dissimilar to a lot of teams in the Championship. They've got a lot of grafters, and that will get them. I think that will get them into that spot.
I think for me, they've got a good manager, and I think it's Gary Rowett still.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've got a solid Championship team, and I think they've got some great youngsters like Tyler Burry. He's quality, and I feel if he can fill in the shoes of Jed Wallace, perhaps they could be up there again. They've really looked at times a really good Championship side, so why not? I completely agree with you.
Yeah, the next one, Jed Wallace, big boots to fill, kiddo.
The next one, I'm going to go for Stoke.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie to that. They brought in some great signings this summer. I feel like that Dwight Gale, I'm a bit gutted by it, but I think he will be quality this season. Campbell up top with him. The partnership between them two will be unbelievable. Josh Lawrence as well from Reading. The only criticism I have of Stoke at the moment is they don't have a goalkeeper that I can really say is quality. They lost Davies to Sheffield United. They haven't got Butland anymore, went to Palace. And I'm not too sure what's happened to Joe Bursig, but I haven't really seen a real standout goalie, Dad.
Yeah, I do think with Stoke City, though, the owners aren't afraid to dig deep in the pockets. The manager, I think, has done a fantastic job, because at one stage they was in danger of going in 3-4. But yeah, when we went to Stoke last season and they beat us, that ground and the fans are that passionate that I wouldn't be surprised if they go higher than that. But I got this funny feeling, but I'll tell you about it in a minute. But I think next, Stan, I think out of that lot will be Sheffield United. Yeah,
you know, I do agree with you. I haven't seen much transfer business going on. I know they didn't extend the deal with Horahan. I'm pretty sure they brought in a centre back like Azemovic, something like that. I can't pronounce his name. I butchered that one big time. But I know they brought in him. He's a good little player. However, for me, I think that there's got that really good Championship squad over there. They've got Billy Sharp, who can back of the goals and every day of the week. If they keep him fit, they're going to be up there again, aren't they?
Yeah, a good, strong, solid side.
Is that the only thing I think they'll really miss is Gibbs White, really?
Yeah, again, it's going to be interesting, because you know something. nobody has got any divine right to be in that top half. They're going to, just because you're a big club doesn't mean that you're going to be up there. But for me, I think, you know what, Dan? Yeah, go on, what's your shout next, mate?
I'm going to say for me, because I love the boys, I'm going to put Watford in third place. And this is basically because I feel like a bit similar, I think maybe a bit similar to us last season. Not the idea of us being so far low, but they've got a great little team there. But I just don't think, I feel like this season won't be as good as what the fans think it's going to be. I know they're not really strong favourites to go up anyway. They're definitely up there, don't get me wrong. I mean, they've got rid of Femenia going the other way from Aragosta, which is an absolute crazy sign, dream deal for them. But again, I just feel like with the owners, I feel like the manager as well, the Forest Green manager in charge coming in. What your opinions on that one?
Oh, it's a massive, massive leap. That is, the football is just totally different from what he'll be used to. However, I've followed Forest Green quite closely. They're a good setup. It's no mug. I think there's a lot of ill feeling still at Watford about various things. But you know something, Dan? One thing you must never forget: Watford have got the parachute payment, so they can dig into that treasure chest should they need it. I disagree with you. I think Albion will be where Watford are, but it's all about opinions. But no, I think that. It's a strange club, Watford, isn't it? But you know, they were really stronger. But yeah, go on. I'll agree to disagree. I actually thought that Albion would be in the playoffs. Okay. Norwich, totally agree with you.
Dad, so you're going to go for who second and who first out of those two?
I've got to be realistic, Dan. I actually think that Watford and Norwich will go up automatically, and Albion.
I'll be a good man. I'll move them for you, right? For me, Norwich have got an absolute quality team. Just be interesting how Dino can do there this season. I'm pretty sure, I could be completely wrong, but they've lost a couple of players. Lost Pacheta. They've lost Lees Malou, who's gone elsewhere. Todd Camwell's come back from Bournemouth from his loan in while there. He could be a real good threat this season. Pookie, we can't forget about him, can we?
You know, I'm going to have to stop you, Dan. I can't bear to see Albion on that second rung. You're going to have to swap it over. Albion, swap it for Watford, because changing my mind as we speak. I just can't bear to see that.
What would you say the boys are up there?
Well, put it this way: we've got a good manager, an experienced manager. We have got probably one of the best squads in the league. We've got two of the most outstanding players last year in Wallace and Swift in the league. Again, we've got no divine right to be there, but we've got show stealers like Dean Garner. On his day, we've got Matty Phillips who could run riot.
Honestly, he could be mad this season. But as you said, though, Rob, with team sheets, some of these teams should be barnstorming the league.
Yeah, but you don't know what
goes about it so much. There's no divine right for this. This is our prediction, guys. But for me, there's no divine right for Albion or even Norwich to be there.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that Norwich have got the capability to bounce back. They've got a good structure, good setup with Daly Smith and the board there. The Albion, I think, Dan, putting it really blunt, it's now or never. If we don't go up this season, that is it. We're going to be the perennial EFL Championship team. But no, I've got good vibes about it, Dan. I really have for once.
Go on.
For once, I think we've got it together. All right, we've got some of the old dead wood still. I'm not going to name names, but Big Ron, Ron has come up with the goods. Stevie Bruce, he's doing his best. Again, it's his reputation on the line. There's a lot of reputations on the line at Albion. But you know what? Come on, the lads.
Right, guys, before we go, Dad, I'm up on the screen right now. Let's have a look at your top six then.
Go for it.
Go on, so what's your top six then? Who's first?
Norwich.
Second?
Watford.
Third?
West Brom.
Fourth?
Millwall.
Fifth?
Sheffield United.
And then sixth?
Stoke City.
Interesting one. And then go down?
Regretfully, it'll be Rotherham, Wigan with a heavy heart blues. I don't want them to go down, but I think that's the way they're heading. Okay, and I'll put mine on the screen now for you guys. I've gone for the boys to win the league, because why not? I've gone for Norwich second, and I've gone Watford third, Middlesbrough in fourth place. Then I've gone for an interesting one here, Dad, Swansea and Sunderland in the playoffs, because I feel like being outside of shout, you know what I mean? And then that'd be fantastic.
this will surprise you. For the bottom three, I've gone Rotherham last, like we've put. I've gone for Blues, and I put Blackpool.
Yeah, no, well, you know, it's going to be interesting. I'll tell you what we could do. Halfway through the season, we'll revisit this. And I think for those people who have watched right till the very end, we really do appreciate you watching and taking the time to do it. But don't forget, without the fans' comments, it's not worth anything. So listen, from me, Dan, I just cannot wait. I'm counting down that clock for Middlesbrough. But all we ask is, if you're new, like and subscribe. We do value your comments. But Dan, I'll leave the last words to you, my mate.
Guys, mates, put on your EFL predictions in the comments. Dad, what time is it? It's
showtime.